Hey everyone, this is about to be a very awkward recording I'm doing here, but bear with me for a moment. My name is Gray, and I've decided to go on an art journey where essentially I'm basically becoming an artist. I want to develop my skills in art, digital art, uh, to be more specific, and kind of just see where it takes me. I have no idea where this path is going to go or how long I'm going to do this for, but I went the extra mile of getting all this software set up and downloading the specific programs. So I kind of thought, well, might as well go for it, I guess. Once again, my name is Gray, Gray. And just like the color gray, I am very neutral towards this. Hopefully, I can, start building this into a habit. So, a bit more about me. I've been drawing since I was very, very little. Like I think my earliest drawings was back when I was in kindergarten, back during the days where I would actually be getting trouble in school. Those are uh back when I was a bit of a troublemaker back then. I've just kind of been drawing ever since. Most of my drawings have been drawings of fictional characters from video games or TV shows or cartoons I've enjoyed, such as, Sonic the Hedgehog, maybe a bit of SpongeBob here and there, things like that. And as time went on, those habits didn't really change. My interest went from Sonic and SpongeBob to anime, more specifically Dragon Ball. And I think most of the art that I've made throughout life has been Dragon Ball. So I have tons and tons of pictures from that I've drawn back when I was in like elementary school, middle school, high school, of just Dragon Ball characters and or just different animes as a whole. But recently, I've slowed down a lot. Like I've slowed down very, pretty much, very much. uh, and I kind of thought that was a bit of a shame because people have always told me I've been very talented at art, and so I kind of figured, why not, you know, one day I should probably better develop my skills, get better at them. If I have this talent that people say that I have, then why not pursue it more? And so that's what I'm doing right now. So, the first thing I decided to do is go online and look up some good art software since, the world is going digital at this point. So there's no point in me sticking with just pen and paper. And after a quick Google search, I ended up finding this random uh, art uh, platform called Medibang Paint. I'm not sure if it's this software is necessarily good or bad. I mean, I think at this point in my art career or art journey, it's irrelevant. It functions fine. As a matter of fact, this entire video is me basically getting used to it and the actual drawing tablet that I'm using. It's not actually a drawing tablet. It's called the Huion HS611 Creative Pen Tablet. And this is a pen tablet that I've actually received as a gift like years ago. It's just been collecting dust in my room, in the closet of my room. It just looks dirty and nasty at this point. I had to dust it off and see if it still works, and lo and behold, it does. So I hooked it up, and this entire video is me basically getting used to it because it is a very strange feeling. Uh, having drawing directly onto a smooth surface and not actually looking down at what I'm drawing, but looking straight at my computer. Kind of the disassociation between what I'm seeing on the screen versus how my hands are moving on the desk. It was a very odd experience, and it was something that I had to really get used to. And that's what this entire video is. This first video in this entire series, me doing a bunch of scribbles and drawings, different just trying to figure out how how it works. I also spend my time trying to figure out how Medibang works. All these different applications on it, these different tools. Once again, I've never done digital art up until now. I've always done pen and paper. I haven't even done colors before. I think all of my drawings up until this point have just strictly been with pencils or with pens. If I ever added color, it was very basic. Like I've never even shaded anything. I am I am very much an amateur. And I know some might disagree if I were to show you some of the drawings that I've made recently. When I say recently, I mean technically years ago, back when I was still in school. I don't really consider myself an artist right now, mostly because I haven't got to the point where I can create my own stuff. Every drawing that I've made has not just been of, fictional characters that already exist from pre-existing IPs, but also copying other art. Like I think when I was very young, I got into the habit of like going on Google Images and looking up, you know, screenshots from, scenes of like an anime or a video game or just other art that exists online and trying to see if I can replicate it on my own on a piece of paper, just doing it by eye. I didn't directly trace. I mean, it wouldn't have been possible to draw a supersized version of, I don't know, Goku off of my phone onto a giant uh, board. It wouldn't have been possible to directly trace, but I have been pretty much spent my entire time being the copycat artist. And while the results might have been fine, I think me personally looking back, I mean, I could be a bit too self-deprecating here, looking back at my old art and just kind of cringing at it, but I can't help but just see myself as a not a true artist. Well, at least not to the point where I'm satisfied with. And I think that's the biggest motivation, the biggest thing that's motivated me into even getting started with digital art here and documenting it on YouTube because I don't I don't want to be here forever. I don't want to be at the point where the only thing I'm good for is just somewhat mimicking what I see. If you're to ask me to draw, like for all the years I've drawn Dragon Ball characters, if you're to ask me to draw a Dragon Ball character off the top of my head, it would be very, it would be very, very, I don't know, just bad. The yeah, it would just be terrible. It would the proportions will be off. I mean, I'm already rusty to begin with. It's been years since I've drawn on regular pen and paper. Now I'm over here drawing on a digital pad, but it just wouldn't. The faces would be misaligned, and it would just be terrible. Once again, I could be self-deprecating here. I know there's a lot of seasoned artists out there who will probably say, "Oh, it's actually a good start." Yada yada. Oh, it's very impressive. I don't know. I mean, it took a lot of motivation for me to even get to this point, and I'm hoping I can turn this into a habit to where I can keep this going in long term. Because I think that's the most important step for me, which is turning this into a habit. I already have a decent reason to want to keep going, which is I don't want to be as I am now for the rest of my life as an artist. Basically, just oh, let me see if I can draw what I see and not be able to come up with anything original. I do want to come up with my own original art. I haven't gotten there yet. Uh, yeah, but it's hard for me to get that habit going. The habit of, waking up, sitting down at a desk, and then drawing. It sounds simple, but just like with anything, if you're not used to it, it's basically like forcing yourself to get out of bed to go to work. Uh, so yeah, so right now what you're seeing on screen is me basically doing simple exercises or practices with this drawing tablet, uh, as well as the Metabang itself. I'm trying to practice straight lines. Once again, it's a bit hard to associate my hand movements versus what I'm seeing on screen. For the Huion tablet itself, I also went out of my way off screen to configure some of the buttons. Like I created a hotkey for the undo button or to erase or to create the pen. Uh, I figured it'd be a bit easier than constantly switching back and forth between my pen and the mouse. Uh, so that's kind of where I am now. So practicing with shapes. I draw with triangles, circles. I'm doing lines. Trying to figure out different scribbles. I haven't gotten to the point of doing anything more fancy or more detailed than that. That's a bit into the future, like anatomy and drawing muscles or poses or you know foreshortening and things like that. Those are way into the future because even on a regular pen and paper, I wouldn't be that good at it. Uh, but yeah, so don't really know what else to say here. There's nothing much interesting happening on screen, and there's only so much an amateur editor like me can do to make the video more entertaining. I mean, this is also my first time editing a video. Uh, Heck, this is my first time uploading a video or creating a video. So hopefully I can keep this somewhat entertained and not just me rambling. Uh, Hopefully it'll get better in the future. Right now, uh I'm doing a post recording, I guess you can say, where I'm just looking over some of the footage that I made and I'm just talking over it. It won't be like this in the future. This is a bit forced. This does feel a bit forced, just kind of yapping over footage of me drawing circles over and over again. What else can I talk about with myself? Yeah, I'm basically an amateur artist. I've been told that I've had talent by friends and family. I've been drawing since I was very, very little. Like if I haven't already in the video, I can show you just a little samples of drawings I've made back when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, and I can show you some examples of what I made when I was in high school. Even not sure how much of that I'm gonna show because it is a bit cringy for me. I mean, it took me a lot to even show some of my family, let alone people on the internet. And of course, I just want to get better at it. I want to actually, become a proper artist. I don't want to constantly be, looking back at the heyday of me in middle school where I actually drew more often than now. And, I'm just some rusty old guy clinging on to old memories. Yeah, I want to get better. I do want to, who knows where this will take me. I might end up becoming one of those people who just posts high quality art of like I don't know random characters on X, formerly known as Twitter. Uh, or I could make my own comic. That's also something. Graphic novel, manga. I could probably do my own animation. I think animation is something I actually really want to do. Well, at least in my mind, animation sounds very great, very entertaining. I'm not sure about the actual process because I know the animation process is very long, very tedious. You're basically making thousands, well, depending on how detailed you want to go. You're making like hundreds, thousands of drawings in rapid succession of each other, succession of each other. Excuse me, and it created the illusion of movement. That's a lot. I think that won't be until at least like I don't know, maybe even a year from now. That's at least like that's yeah, baby steps, baby steps. I need to take it slow. I need to take it slow. So I'm here. I'm getting used to this Huion drawing tablet. I'm getting used to Medibang. I'm also getting used to this video software. I don't think I mentioned it in the video. I probably did in the footage, but I downloaded OBS. OBS is pretty much the go-to video recording software that every single YouTuber or Twitch streamer that I've ever known has ever talked about. Mostly negative, if I have to be honest. A lot of them always complaining that it's constantly crashing. So I don't know if this is a good idea, but I know it's such a go-to for so many people. I kind of figured why not. And I also downloaded what is it called? How do I forget the name of it? I'm using it to make the video. DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. It is a learning curve with this thing. I this make editing the video took longer than recording it, and I'm going to find a way to streamline this. That's why I think for future videos, I'm not going to be doing this voiceover where I'm constantly talking over footage. I think it'd be a bit more convenient if I just talk as I draw, and then I can just kind of chop out the boring parts. since a lot of art can seem repetitive, especially if you're watching art of, you know, beginners. I'm not gonna say amateur, beginner. And yeah, so that's what I'm using, and that's where I am right now. You can tell I ran out of things to talk about. I'm just rambling. Yeah, so this is me. Once again, this video is mostly me just uh, fumbling along. I will be continuing to practice even off camera. Like, so what you're seeing here is just maybe a glimpse. I think in total, every day, I'm going to try my best to do maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to hit a minimum of 30 minutes, a max of an hour. And if I do find myself wanting to draw more for longer, of course, that's always welcome. But with my life schedule, it might not be possible. But I do want to stick with consistency, at least when it comes to practicing how to draw. For these YouTube videos, I was planning on doing uploading a video every day, but I don't know. Unless tomorrow there's an easier route, or I just find an easier, more streamlined process or method, it might not be every day. Maybe every other day or whatnot. I don't want to just drop one video and then just forget I even had a YouTube account and just go completely radio silent. I'm gonna try and do a video a day, which will mean the videos will have to be very simplified editing wise because I will only have a single like afternoon to do everything, and I'm not good enough to just speed run through everything, and I'm not rich enough to hire someone else to do this. That's definitely a luxury, not a luxury, but that's an option that only the big time content creators have, hiring outside editors. Uh, but yeah, so hopefully things go good for me. Uh, I hope you enjoyed. This will be the end of my awkward recording. I'm pretty sure that me in the future is gonna look back at this video and just die on the inside. But hey, right here, right now, I'm chilling. You know, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. Uh, at the time of you listening to this, my the drawing tablet feels a bit easier. It feels a bit more uh simple. It's not as ridiculous, and I'm starting to better understand what the Medibang software program can do, what it offers, so that way I can make more detailed art. But once again, that's in the future. I think right now, um, my next step after doing shapes and lines and just basically getting the feel for it, I'm gonna start with the fundamentals. What are those fundamentals? Honestly, I have no idea because if there's one thing that has made this art progress very confusing and borderline frustrating is the sheer amount of content, the sheer amount of tutorial videos and info dumps that exist on YouTube alone. If you type how do I draw or how to draw on YouTube, you will be bombarded with just constantly just a flood of information from people telling you to do this and that and this and that and this and that and oh like the fact that there exists multiple methods of drawing a face like come on man, like it's a lot. So I think I'll try and just do it and I'll learn in chunks, larger chunks. I'm thinking maybe the first thing I learn how to do is just how to draw the body. I know a lot of artists they like to start with learning how to draw the head or the face, and that's kind of how I was when I was younger. But from personal experience, getting good at just drawing a face, it will actually do yourself a disservice because what will end up happening is you'll draw a very good looking head for a character, but everything from the neck down is basically terrible. Like it doesn't even match because you have no experience with drawing shoulders or the chest or the legs or the arms. They're all so different shape and deformed, but that everything from the neck up is perfect because that's what you spend all your time on. Or you get so used to drawing the face in one specific angle or looking at one specific direction that you know, it just gets like that. So I think before I start learning how to draw the face, I'm gonna start with the body, like a simple outline of the body, where the arms and legs will go, uh, maybe different poses, and then once I get used to drawing a body, then I'll start tacking on, okay, face, maybe hair, uh maybe, maybe different body types. I think body types will be the second step I will take. This is my personal checklist I'm keeping in my head, for tomorrow and onward. I think I want to start with the body. Well, the general human figure, there's different routes of doing it. I'm gonna start like that. Then I'm going to draw different body types: fat, skinny, short, tall, buff, uh, robust. Yeah, I'll start with those, and then I'm gonna tack on features on top of that, maybe hair, eyes, facial expressions. This all isn't gonna be done in a single video, by the way. This is all gonna be done in the span of like weeks, months, even. Uh, well, depending on if I'm as bad or as mediocre as I think I am. Once again, I could be underselling myself. I'm not completely new to drawing. I just want to become better, and my preferred method of doing that is just starting over from the beginning on a new medium than just pen and paper. So I have yeah. So I think that's what I'm playing. Learning how to draw the body, different body types, and then I'm tacking on hair and eyes and the mouth, and then clothes. And then last but not least, I'll do like colors and composition and shading. That to me sounds like uh the part I'm probably gonna have the least fun with. You might think it'd be things like drawing hands. I know people always complain about hands, and I am one of those people. Unless I'm looking at an example hand in front of me, I wouldn't be able to draw it myself. And using my own hands as reference doesn't work for in all cases. Like if I'm drawing a child, these giant hands of mine will not work. But yeah, that's my plan. So yeah, I mean, this is my video, and I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all can stick with me at least somewhat during this weird little path I'm taking right now. And here's to the future. I'm out.